Hello, everyone. We are joined by Verno from MIBR today, coming in after their pretty amazing game against NRG. So, firstly, Verno, I know you look a little bit serious. I want to give you a bit of time to chill out. So, how are you feeling after that?
Good. It was definitely an important win for us because it uh is going to give us a lot of time to continue practicing together.
hmm Talking about practicing together, I think that as soon as this roster was announced, after all the rumors and everything, everybody has been super excited about it, and you guys have definitely been living up to the super team. So I just wanted to ask you, how the roster kind of came together, a little bit of a story, if you have anything to share about that.
Um I mean it was just Aspas already played with Tex and Mizzino for a while, and then we decided to get second for Smokes, and then we saw today the second duelist also.
I think that having that additional backup in the form of the duelist slot for Aspas has been definitely paying dividends. I think that in particular, especially on map number two, Zekin was really able to pop off with the first blood. So, how has it been having possibly America's two most talented duelists on your team?
Uh yeah, I mean it's definitely nice. Everyone on the team is able to have like win rounds, and um when our double duelist exits are nice as well, with both duelists like being very good and experienced on the role.
100%. I think that experience is definitely a big factor there. Talking about experiences, I mean, you've had a bit of a rough time last year, but now things are really looking up for you. I wanted to ask you in particular, I remember somewhere reading that one of the things that was being said about you that you were a very like tactical and quiet person. My question is, how do you, get from that to IGLing? Because IGLing, of course, you're going to be carrying a lot of weight of the leadership for the team. You have to be able to think in the moment. So, how did you kind of evolve into that IGL arc?
I mean it just transitioned into my role in the team, and then uh I went from like mid rounding and secondary calling to being full IGL for champions, and that's it.
How do you consistently keep improving in as an IGL? Like, what's the trick, so as to speak?
Um I mean I'm still pretty like relatively new to IGLing, so I'm just continuing to keep learning and keep trying to move forward and improve.
How do you do that? Like, do you practice new things during scrims? Do you, I don't know, watch a lot of VODs? Do you, I don't know, work on this with the team? I'm just curious because like you said, you were IGL, so I kind of want to get a bit of more of a snapshot of that journey.
Yeah, I mean just I mean there's not just like one thing. Just trying to like learn. I mean I've been like learning from others, learning from my teammates, and trying to understand the maps better, and like how we should play them.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing complicated, no secret.
Makes sense. Talking about maps in general, today your map number one was a little bit of a rough show. I mean, that first half looked very difficult. You guys were able to kind of bounce back in the second half, and again, you pull off the reverse sweep in the best of three. So, as a team, how do you kind of keep that mental? I know that all of you have a lot of experience individually, but being that this is the first time five of you were playing together despite everybody else having spent time before, how do you kind of keep that mental going?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, we have a lot of experience in the team. On Abyss, it was rough. They snowballed us really hard with new comp, and we had no information on them. They had information on us, so that was a rough map. But we understood that that's sometimes just how it goes. And we were able to bounce back, like keep it strong. I mean, even without Happy being here, made it also harder, but we still managed to do it. So
Pretty sure he's gonna be watching and cheering for you guys at the very least. So that's something nice that you're able to win
yep,
today. Talking about your
yeah,
next.
we just kept playing our game.
Mhm.
That's it.
Yeah, I think especially on map number two, once Zakin started fragging out, finding those crucial first kills and everything. I think that map 2 was where you started to build up momentum. You talked about teams running away with it or snowballing things. So how do you deal with being on the other side of that? Because increasingly it seems like a lot of teams are getting very momentum based.
Uh, I mean, it's hard when you don't have information on a team, but I mean, just trying to make, I don't know, make the adjustments and yeah, I mean, make the adjustments to how they're playing.
Talking about adjustments, I mean, last patch, I think right after Ascension, it was that horrifying util nerf patch coming in. I call it util, I call it horrifying because I personally like using a lot of util, so it's been very painful for me in ranked. But talking about how the meta has evolved, we're seeing a lot more double duelist compositions. We're seeing Tejo come back into the mix from a bunch of teams. So, what's your take on the current meta, and what do you think it favors?
Um, I think the meta's very open right now, in my opinion. Um, I don't have um too much opinion. I think what Energy showed today was good. From them, I think it was a good. They had a good read on the things that they did. But yeah, I think the meta's pretty open right now. We'll have to see how it plays out.
Okay, fair enough. And okay, I'm gonna ask you some fun questions now to see like one-liners, quick answers, whatever comes to your mind. So, describe each of your teammates in a couple of words or one word, whatever comes to mind.
Um, okay, I can only answer for one teammate. So I think that Tex is probably the funniest guy I ever met.
Okay, you know, of all the things I
So,
expected to hear, that was not it. But so he's the one like cracking jokes in the middle of scrims, keeping things like kind of going,
yeah,
or
he's just the funniest guy I ever met.
good to know. I'm pretty sure that's a secret that Americans would be happy to know about. And talking about Americas in particular, I think that globally, you guys have the most trophies. You've been consistently like showing off at the highest level. So, what, in your opinion, makes you guys such a strong region?
Um, I think at the top, I guess Americas, I think we just understand uh I mean we just understand the game well and like how to play well together. Um I think that's it. And then like for example like us, like our team, we also have Aspas who's um
The goat.
the best player, so that helps a lot.
That does probably help a lot. I think that's that's probably the most biggest understatement I've heard today. I think one more thing that I would have wanted to ask you about was also regarding your predictions for the rest of Americas. Who do you think are going to be the teams with the 3 slots? I know one of them you're going to say is yourself. I'm going to presume that's the case. So, who do you think are going to be the other 2 teams possibly joining you in Santiago?
Um I'm not sure. I think NRG are playing really well. I think they'll make it and um I think we'll make it. I don't have like one prediction for another team because I'm not sure. Kickoff sometimes is like a lot more random, so you don't really know what's gonna happen, in my opinion.
Fair enough. And what's your favorite agent to play?
I like, I mean, I only play Silva or Fade,
It
so
doesn't
it's
have to
not
be
not all
in
to
VCT
go off
in
of, but
general. You know, like what you like to
I
play.
think, mm, I like Fade a lot, but I also really like Silva. Yeah, I mean Silva's like my OG agent, so I think I have to go with Silva. I've been playing Silva for a long time.
I think you're one of the few people who I've ever interviewed who has said that the agent that they played mostly in VCT is also the agent that they love to play because most of the time it's like I want to play Jet but I'm in Euro jail, so it's nice to hear someone playing what they like to play most of the time. Yeah,
I really enjoy my two agents.
hey, as long as you're good at them, you know, you're definitely putting up a show on Split with Fade. I really enjoyed watching your combos and everything else with the team. I think that Americas in particular this year, do you think there's been like a major shift in how teams have been playing? Because it does seem like there's been a bit of a slowdown. I feel like last year things were more aggressive from a watcher's perspective, but you know, from a player perspective, do you agree with that? Or
I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, the meta's definitely changed. Um, like last year last year at like towards kickoff there was Tejo meta, but then at champs there was only like a couple teams that were running double duels all the time. Now that's changed. I'm not really sure. I haven't watched too many other matches to be honest. So
Fair enough. I mean, you gotta lock it and stuff. All right. Anyway, I think that's about it. Thank you so much for your time today, and good luck for your next game. Is there any between G2 and Furia? Is there any particular team that you'd like to face in that final? Somebody that you want to take down in particular, or you're just like open to whoever being there?
Um, no, I don't have a big personal preference. I think biggest thing for us is that we use this time to just focus on ourselves and how we're playing, and that's it.
Okay. And last question: how did you? I don't know if somebody answered this before, but like, or if you answered it before, but how did you come up with Verno? Because is it like just from your name or?
Oh no, I mean Verno's just a random name to be honest. Like pretty much. Like it doesn't have any like innate meaning.
Okay, that's one more question that I've had for a while at least answered because I've been
Yeah,
curious about it. Yeah. Anyway,
I
thank
just
you
like
very
the name.
much. Yeah. I mean, what? Yeah, I think it's cool. It's a pretty chill name, and yeah, I have had a couple more questions about tier two, but I think we're running out of time, so I will save it for next time. Thank you so much for your time today, and good luck for your next game, Verno.
Thank you.